Alright, we're working on the Suzuki K11. You saw the last week's video. Running really smoky. And I think it's just running really rich. I mean, there is a gasket here, right here. It's a rubber gasket that goes from one size pipe to another size pipe over here. So it's a rubber gasket, and there's a hole in the damn thing. Bought a brand new one for the other bike, and so I'm going to replace this with the old one from the old bike. But anyways, it's leaking profusely. You can see the unburnt fuel that's just dripping down and made a puddle on my garage floor. Also, I left the petcock turned on the gas tank up here, way up here. So I left it on, and the carburetor just pissed fluid all over the floor. So I'm going to take the plug out, I'm going to take the carburetor off, I'm going to take the exhaust off. I'm going to look inside of the cylinder to see if the engine has any bad scoring. Because that was a lot of smoke coming out of this thing, and I may have to take that thing apart. I don't wanna, let's put it that way. But that's where we're heading. So I'm going to start with the spark plug, carburetor, and pipe, and then we'll take a look. It's wet. The same way it looked when I first took it out of the bike. Come on, focusing on me. So that just says it's way too rich to me. So back to a carburetor problem, I hope. Alright, so first we're going to pull out the throttle. Okay. So when you hit the throttle, you can see how that pulls up. That's what opens up and gives you gas into the system. Take a closer look at that in a minute. And I'm going to remove the choke, which is just finger tape. So somebody's been in this carburetor before. That choke should pull out. It did. And there it goes. That's okay. Good. Need one of those. The fuel line just pulls off. Drip out. There we go. Come on, baby. What we have here. VM 17-0 18. I wish I knew what that meant. VM, I don't know, popular carburetor manufacturer. I'll let you guys focus in on that. Can't quite read it without my glasses. Anyways, here's what I got. One of my viewers suggested this carburetor might work okay on this bike. I purchased it from Amazon, so I should be able to just hook up my slide. Not sure if this is the idle. There are no other adjustments on here. So what I was told is this carburetor is for a 125cc engine, and it will run way too rich for my bike, 79cc engine. So what I need to do is take the jet out of the carburetor here, out of my old one, put the old jet in there. I'm told I should be able to just take it apart and move it on over. So I'll have the right jet size for the application, and we should be good to go. So let's go do that. Alright, let's take this thing apart a little bit. Let's get this fuel hose off my way. Crack this sucker open. Let's see what we have here. Alright. My cable should go right through here, hook, and be good. So this is your idle speed. Nice. It just kind of runs down and pulls up on the slide from the top. Okay. Let's get this little drain tube out the way. Okay, you can stay there. Alright. That screw was not tight at all. Alright, so there is one problem I see. The intake on the original comes out a little bit further than the intake here, so I don't have anything to clamp my air cleaner to. Huh. See what I'm saying? This part here is way out. Well, let's see what size we're looking at here. See if we're even in the neighborhood. Seriously, I gotta find my glasses. Hey. I think that's going to work just fine. It's only about 15 thousandths difference. And that might just be because this clamp is tighter around here. So how am I going to do the air filter? Oh well. Let's keep removing screws, it's more interesting. Yeah, let's just rip that gasket. That was good. Alright. Carburetor number 1. Carburetor number 2. Tore the gasket. That's the guy I'm after. So the original one is shorter than the new one. So that's a fail. It's too short to thread into the new carburetor. Well, I guess I can't do that. Dang. Alright, well let me come up with a plan for this. I think I'm going to have to order a jet for this car. I'm going to have to order a jet that fits this carburetor. But what I'm going to do is just what the channel name suggests. I'm going to jam it in there and see what happens. Worst case scenario, it doesn't run. Is anybody paying attention when I took this apart? I'm going to guess that they make an air filter for this, 125. It would be really nice if this thing just worked when I hook it up to the bike. Let's go find out. Alright, anybody know how to do this? Alright, trying to slide that cable out of there. Let's hope the spring doesn't go flying. This stays with the old carburetor. Then need to take the spring off. We're going to reuse that. Oh no, we're not. This has its own spring. Now we're going to take this boot back. Oh, just take it off like that. That'll work. So I want the boot. There you go. I just took a screwdriver, pried it up. The old carburetor. Slide this guy on here. You know, having that idle screw there is nice because it holds this whole assembly together for you. So what you have here is two holes. You got a larger hole and a smaller hole. Right here. A larger hole and a smaller hole. When you come through here, it's supposed to go into the larger hole, then you hook it over to the smaller hole. Ha! Seems like a miracle, but okay, let's do it. Oh, come on, why'd you do that? Slide over. Oh, you know, that wasn't bad at all. Alright. Yippee-ki-yay. Ha! You're funny, Joe. Look what you forgot. Alright, well, the good news is I get to practice that move again. Can't believe how easy that is. Nice. Yeah. Maybe that tells you I haven't worked on anything newer than 1965 or 1977 in forever. Maybe this was invented in like 1982 and I just never heard of it. Probably. What do I know? I looked down the cylinder with a flashlight and I cannot see the sides of the cylinder through the spark plug hole. So that is a bit of a bummer. Let's see here. So this will slide in like so. Now about this cable. Okay. I have to go hook that guy up. All right. Feel a spring. All right. That comes out. Come on, chalky, chalky. There we go. All right. This is the plunger shut-off valve. They call it a choke. It's really a fuel injection. That's what it really is. All right. Choke in there. The spring on here. The choke is. Alright, so you can see I got the choke hooked up just fine. I just gotta go and hook up the fuel line on the other side. Alright, so I had to make a little adapter for my fuel line. Black one goes to the tank, clear one goes to the engine. That'll work. Alright. Yeah. Alright, let's turn the fuel on. Yeah, fuel low. Fuel in the carburetor. Let me clean up my mess a little bit. What do you think? I am going to go with the choke off. Slowly turning the choke on. I'll go with the choke fully on. Never dialed in. Probably tighten on the carburetor. I like it. I'll buy another one for the other bike. That's awesome. I don't know if you noticed, we're still puffing out a little bit of smoke. It's nighttime out there, so it's really hard to tell. But it seems like it's less than it was with the other carburetor. Maybe not. Another cheap $20 carburetor comes to the rescue. Gonna order another one of those for that bike right there. Thanks a lot. Order another one for that bike over there. I'll let it run for a few minutes. I think I'll take it for a ride tomorrow. Maybe. Digging it. How do I turn it on? Okay. That'll work. Alright. Now that's totally flooded out. So, nice, short, easy, quick video for you again this week. So that answers the question. Should I be spending any money on this bike or not? I think it runs well enough that I can move forward. So, I'm running a 32-to-1 oil mix, which is a little bit rich for my Ryobi weed whacker. But the manual says on this bike you want to have a 20-to-1 oil ratio and a 15-to-1 oil mix if you're breaking in a new engine. And 15-to-1 if you're running in winter, in cold weather below 30 degrees or something like that. So I'm thinking with today's newer modern oil synthetic blend that I'm running, I think I can get away with 32-to-1. So good. Let's take it for a ride tomorrow. Has no headlight, no front brakes, so I'm digging it. See you tomorrow. Alright, so let's give it a start and see what happens. You leave it choke open. Close the choke. is pretty good. Other than all the smoke. Yeah, no mosquitoes. Well, I let it run for about 15 minutes, and the smoke got worse. So, bummer. Set her down, let her cool off. I have a sneaking suspicion that there's just so much unburnt fuel in this pipe that I'm just trying to blow out unburnt oil. So I gotta take this pipe off next video. I got a new baffle for it, and I'm going to clean this pipe out really good, and I'm going to run it without a muffler on it to see how much smoke comes right out of the engine. Unfortunately, it looks like maybe I'm going to have to do rings at a minimum on this one. Dang. It runs so good other than the frickin' smoke. Oh well. Leave a comment, a suggestion, thumbs up, ring the bell. Appreciate all of it. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.